If you've ever wondered what the friendliest wild animals in the world are and how good pets they would make, check out this video. You might be surprised by the variety of choices. Having simple pets such as cats and dogs has become quite overrated anyway. So, let's get going. Number 10. Capybaras. These intimidating giant rodents weigh about 65 kilograms, and they're considered to be one of the friendliest and most harmless wild animals on Earth. They're one of the most sociable animals, super cute, calm, easygoing, and seem to get along well with different animals, from domestic animals such as cats to wild animals such as crocodiles. And monkeys, for example, seem to especially like them for some inexplicable reason. Of course, they are super friendly towards humans too. Quite a popular chap, this capybara, isn't it? They're known to be quite gentle and compassionate too, and more than often adopt stray animals and serve as a form of public transportation for birds and monkeys. Capybaras are highly sociable creatures and tend to get depressed if they don't have at least one friend. They also need lots of space to wander and some water space to paddle whenever they want. They inhabit South and Central America, live in large groups, and can live up to 12 years. Number 9. Llamas. These unique animals are very curious, clever, lovable, and friendly. They're considered sacred animals called silent brothers by the Andean people. In the past few years, due to its calming and sweet nature, llamas have been brought to veterans' homes, hospitals, special education facilities, and nursing homes as therapy animals. These endearing animals with lovely personalities simply love being around the residents and vice versa. Scientists define llamas as charismatic megafaunas, which means they're one of the few species that humans can safely hug. However, if you're thinking about keeping a llama as a pet, make sure you have enough room and get at least 2. They simply enjoy the company. They have traditionally been used by Andean cultures in the mountains of South America by farmers due to its practicality. But in the recent years, they have been imported by breeders and exotic pet lovers all over the world. However, owners and handlers must be careful not to over-socialize llamas, since it can lead to berserk llama syndrome, a psychological condition that affects males of the species, and it happens when animals become so comfortable with humans that they start to see them as fellow llamas, resulting in aggressive tantrums characterized by kicking and spitting. Bottle-fed llamas are especially at risk of developing the condition. One fun fact: dogs are no longer the only pets that get to brag about their abilities in competitions. Llama shows are becoming increasingly popular in parts of the United States. Number 8. Bearded dragons. Who would have guessed that a reptile would make it to the list of the friendliest animals in the world? But here we are. Bearded dragons certainly have a personality that make them one of the rare examples of the species to get along well with humans. They actually enjoy being cared for by people, and they'll sometimes spend a few hours just hanging out on their owner's shoulder. Bearded dragons live in Central and Southern Australia. They're omnivores with a lifespan of up to 15 years or older. Their specific name originates from the ability to change their color of their beard according to their mood. They show their aggressive side only when feeling threatened by other animals. In order to protect itself from predators, bearded dragons change color to blend in better with the environment. Plus, their scales and spiny skin serve as protection against predators like snakes or hawks. The spiny beard of a bearded dragon helps it communicate in various ways. Bearded dragons are popular pets because they're affectionate and inquisitive, though sometimes being shy and solitary animals. Number 7. Quokka. Meet Quokka, the unprecedented selfie king and one of the cutest animals on planet Earth. These adorable little marsupials are found in Australia and are especially famous for their selfies with tourists on Rottnest Island. They're really tiny, reaching up to only 50 centimeters of height, so they're prey to predators on the island such as snakes or predators of the Australian mainland like dogs, cats, and foxes, which is a reason they are sometimes shy and withdrawn. Due to habitat destruction, this charming critter is a protected species, being listed as vulnerable to extinction by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, so humans are not allowed to touch or feed them. Nevertheless, these fluffy, smiling creatures are super friendly. They have never scratched or bitten a human, and are surprisingly fond of the camera. Their irresistible smile earned them the title happiest animal in the world. These sociable plant eaters hang out in clans, munch on swamp peppermint, and other greens, store fat in their tails for lean times, dig tunnels through vegetation for napping and hiding, and hop like kangaroos, a close relative, along with wallabies. Number 6. Giant panda. In the mountains of central China lives one of the cutest and friendliest creatures, a giant panda. Incredibly lazy yet fun-loving. Their diet consists of almost 99% bamboo, even though they're carnivorous. They weigh up to 135 kilograms. They're able to climb tall trees and are also excellent swimmers. Though being extremely friendly and adorable, they do have their own flaws. They also belong to a group of the most unromantic animals in the world. If nothing changes, either with the help of scientists or if they themselves don't do something about it, they're about to go extinct in the near future. Unfortunately, they fall into the group of endangered animals. Giant pandas live in the mountains of central China. The black and white pandas are considered a national treasure. The Giant Panda Research and Breeding Center in Chengdu, China, allows visitors to spend time with these playful and loving creatures. In addition, baby pandas are listed as one of the cutest baby animals in the world. If you're interested in hearing more about the friendliest creatures on our planet, stick with us because we haven't exhausted our list yet. But before we move on, take a second to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Number 5. Guinea pigs. Next on our list is another member of the rodent family, a guinea pig. They're basically small domesticated pigs, weighing up to 1.2 kilograms. Guinea pigs are one of the kindest and friendliest animals. Though they belong to the rodent family, they got its name because of its appearance and are considered to be a domestic pig. They're quite sociable, and in the wild they're often found in pairs. They're herbivores and like eating fruits and vegetables. Unfortunately, their lifespan is one of the shortest among animals. They can live up to 5 years only. One interesting thing is that a baby guinea pig can run just a few hours after it has been born. They're quite clean pets, and they self-groom themselves. Just like other rodents, their teeth grow throughout their lifespan. Guinea pigs are most common in Spain, and their diet includes hay mostly. These sociable animals love to be surrounded by humans or of their own kind. When they're excited, they jump straight up and down on the ground, which makes them a dancing animal. Number 4. Parrots. Parrots are considered to be very sociable and highly intelligent. They are also known for their ability to easily adapt to a new environment. However, they are not domesticated, tame, and friendly in general. Humans are those that have to put in a certain effort to create a bond with these curious animals. Parrots thrive on interaction and communication, be it with their own kind or with humans. Socialization from a young age can lead to birds that actively enjoy interaction with humans and the opportunity for new experience. Expert on parrots, Van Every says. However, definitely do not assume in advance that a parrot is friendly until you know that individual parrot. One obstacle to successfully creating this parrot-human bond is communication specific to parrots as a group, which humans are largely unaware of. All the miscommunications between pet parrots and humans happen usually due to the human not knowing, understanding, or even ignoring the parrot's body language or other behavioral issues. As friendly as they may sometimes be, beware that even a well-trained, well-cared-for pet parrot will have a bad day, and that if you decide to have one as a pet, you should be well in tune with them. Otherwise, you might end up hurt. Though friendly, parrots are definitely not to be messed around with. Number 3. Rats. We've had quite a number of rodents on the list so far. This one is definitely often overlooked and even undermined as being more than a pest. Ladies and gentlemen, let us present to you a surprisingly friendly animal. A rat. Rats are amazingly social and playful animals, and, believe it or not, they do make amazing pets. Like other domesticated animals that are usually pets, rats too can learn to recognize their owners and may even attempt to groom their humans, as explained in Vet Street. Guess that's their way of saying you're part of the family now. Most pet rodents, such as hamsters and guinea pigs, tend to bite, but rats are specifically bred to be pets and are much calmer and seem to create an emotional bond, both with their cage friends and their owners. Some will even go as far to compare a well-bred rat to a well-bred dog and claim that rats are friendly, curious, and cuddly. Their only flaw is they die a little too soon. The average age of a rat is 1 to 2 years if you're lucky. Studies suggest that rats dream when they sleep, giggle when tickled and grind their teeth with pleasure when stroked. Rats are also empathetic, according to a study in which lab rats rescued other trapped rats who previously helped them. Number 2. Giant African millipede. Never considered adopting a millipede as a pet? Not even a giant one? Well, think again. Giant African millipedes are certainly an exotic pet that seeks special care, yet they're kept as pets all over the world according to Spruce Pets. They are docile and generally friendly and quite a unique pet choice, if you're into that kind of thing. They may look like insects, but they're actually arthropods, relatives of crabs and shrimp. Another fun fact is that they don't actually have 1,000 legs as their name suggests, but right around 100. And each time they molt, they grow more body segments that are complete with more legs. If you're a beginner in owning exotic pets, a good choice would definitely be a giant African millipede. Generally an easy pet to care for since they're quite docile and slow-moving. They do very well in captivity provided they're kept in an environment suitable to their needs. They like company, so you may as well keep a few of them in the same tank. While they're generally calm and easygoing, they can get easily frightened. When that happens, they have 2 main modes of defense. First, they curl into a tight spiral. Next, they secrete an irritating liquid from body pores. So if you do decide to get 1 or 2 of these as pets, tread carefully with these gentle creatures. Number 1. Rabbits. No list of the friendliest animals in the world is complete without these adorable animals with big ears. Bunny rabbits are one of the most wanted pets in the world, and for quite good reasons. They get along wonderfully with people, they can be litter box trained, and even hop when called. Similar to cats, they like to keep their living space and themselves clean. They need lots of attention and play space to jump around, so it can be a challenge to keep them healthy and satisfied. They're definitely not pets for everybody, but if you're ready to take care of their specific needs, it'll certainly be rewarding. Which of these friendliest wild animals in the world would you consider having as a pet? Let me know down in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.